It's Winter NAMM 2019 and Marshall have just released 20-watt versions of everyone's favourite Marshall amps. I'm here today with Steve from Marshall to talk about this wicked new range of studio amplifiers from Marshall, which might be the best thing Marshall have ever done, in my opinion, because they are 20-watt versions of your favourite amps.
Yep.
So what's in the series entire?
Okay, so at the moment, we've got the Mini Jubilees, which are not a new product.
Which they do a 20-watt head and a combo.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll be sort of now part of this new series that's out, which is called Studio Range. And there will be basically a mini JCM 800, which is called the Studio Classic, and then a mini 1959 Plexi, which is called the Studio Vintage.
Great. And what? And these are going to be heads and combos, same as the Jubilee?
Yeah, you can get a head, and with that you can either have a 2x12 cabinet or a 1x12 cabinet. Right. And there's also going to be a 1x10 combo of each as well.
That's interesting, opting for a 10 rather than a 12. And I assume the idea is, because these are, everything about them is portability. You're doing those classic Marshall 100-watt, loud as you can get amplifiers you can put it in your boot.
There's that aspect, but also actually like all Marshall products, we do a blind test when we're choosing speakers. And actually the whole room chose the 10-inch. There was a 12-inch one set up combo, because we could have actually done it in the same size, 12-inch. But they thought the 10-inch was a better representation of the sound of the
massive 100-watt. Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Blind testing.
Yes.
There's going to be attenuation, or there is attenuation on these as well. So they're even more. This is very much a studio product. What's 20 watts is kind of the flavour of the month. Everyone's gigging 15, 20 watt amps at the moment.
Yeah.
But everyone also wants to be able to use them in the studio, use them at home.
Yes.
Attenuation is kind of the name of the game at the moment.
Yeah. So you can run them at 20 watts or 5 watts. So there's a high and low power switch on the front panel.
That's cool.
And obviously with an amplifier like the 1959, the Studio Vintage, with no master volume, that's kind of important. Because you need to turn it up to get that kind of classic sound.
Yeah, that's great. It's important to note that they're also kind of, as with Marshall as a rule, Marshall tend to be, if people judge volume based on wattage, sort of rightly or wrongly, Marshall stuff always tends to be really loud. Like, you think back to the Marshall Class 5s, they were practically giggable despite being a 5-watt amplifier. And again, perfect for studio use, the studio range, but also really loud.
Yes. Yeah. I think with a lot of the old Marshalls, like the amps that didn't have a master volume, they were known for moving the air.
Yeah.
You had probably a better word to use for this, but a presence about them. You could feel the amp behind you. And one thing I was kind of skeptical about with these actually was, you can't make a Plexi that small and it still sounds like a Plexi, but actually it's got it, and your ears are okay after it, which is great.
And you might think, because it's a complete new series. It's not something custom shop. And you look at the Origin series and everything else that's come out recently. These are actually UK made.
Yes, UK products. We've actually got more people at the factory now.
Really?
Which is great. So yeah, all made in the UK, all valve. And actually the valve set is the same as the original. So you've still got EL34s in the power stage, your ECC83s in the preamp section.
That's cracking. That's great, because for the longest time, sort of, all the UK stuff from Marshall was really coming out of the extreme high end. It was the custom shop, things like that. Yep. So to have a sort of accessible price point.
Yep.
British-made Marshall.
That's it.
In a giggable wattage. That's awesome.
Yep.
So that was the Marshall Studio range, but what did you think? Let us know in the comments below, and if you want to see more videos like this, then don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you very soon.